In case you guys haven't seen this article, because it's been all over my social media, many women are now using it as a way to essentially blame men for their own loneliness because they are not stepping up. And while I always think that it is solid advice to look inward and improve on yourself, I also recognize that women today expect that man that she's in a relationship with to fulfill all of her emotional needs, which is truly unrealistic. Kind of like expecting him to go make six figures but be home for dinner every night at 5, or be available by phone at all times to fulfill any emotional needs. And the truth is that women should be able to relate to this, because I think that women even have unrealistic expectations put on themselves. But that's usually really from internally within expectations. It's not really ever coming from the man that they're in a relationship with. He's not placing those unrealistic expectations on her like she is to him.
Men have goals and dreams. Women have fantasies. Men spend their lives working on their goals to achieve their dreams. Women, on the other hand, work on their fantasies in their own heads. Who do you think will be more successful in life? Just a thought. Let me talk about why good men are choosing to remain single these days. Over half of those between the ages of 18 and 29 are single at this time. Despite this, over 80% of women say that they are physically active. What does that mean? It means that it's time for you to quit being a simp and consider why you are alone and unable to entice the female you want. But let me explain the shocking reasons why so many men are single today. And believe me, most of them are single by choice.
This is one of the most hilarious quotes I've ever seen on this website. Make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe so we can keep bringing these folks to light daily.
Modern feminism is ruining women. They don't want families. They don't want... Listen to me. I will never be able to afford a house. I am about to lose my health insurance because I make too much money now. The 40-hour work week was structured around the assumption that you would have somebody at home doing your domesticated labor for free. Cooking, cleaning, childcare. Even despite currently living in an economy that requires a 2-income household just to be comfortable. The upper class all organized to prevent affordable housing from being built in the first place. The only war that there is a class war. You are not frustrated with feminism or women. You are frustrated with late-stage capitalism.
My name's According, and if you enjoyed this, leave a like on it and subscribe or follow for more.
We may see a dramatic shift in the evolving dating scene as the years go by. People used to communicate with one another through apartment building windows and roofs during the epidemic. I also recall seeing a video of a guy who admired a female who was reading a book on her roof while he could see her from his window. They began to share meals and other activities once he could communicate with her via a drone. Now that's determination. The main lesson is that via human contact, individuals will occasionally find a way to make things work in their advantage. But that only happened once. The majority of individuals, especially guys, were forced to only utilize dating apps.
When it comes to dating, what would you say is like your minimum age for a guy that you're dating?
Like maybe 2 years younger, like still like 21.
And maximum?
I guess if someone was like 36 and asked me out, like I would potentially say yes.
Would you date someone that's married?
No.
Do you have a preference in terms of race?
No.
Do you have a preference in terms of height?
Well, I'm 5'6", I think. Maybe like 5'3" minimum. If I like a person, like their height's kind of like not really the most important part.
Would you date someone that is obese?
No, because we probably wouldn't be compatible.
Minimum income?
I don't really care.
So would you date someone that's making
I have a
20K?
job, so yeah.
Well, there's a delusions calculator.
Delusional?
You're actually not. I'm actually very surprised. 39.8% chance of finding a man. It says here that you're definitely down to earth. I don't think anyone's ever going to beat that percentage, ever.
Modern women have crazy expectations from men, as you can see from this clip. They want the guy to be tall, make 7 figures, spend half the DA with her, finance her entire life, be as fit as a model, and blow her back out every single day. If only Superman was human, we might have someone like that.
Nobody's safe. I'm sorry, but nobody's safe. Please look at this filter. Oh my god. This is gonna take the catfishes to a whole nother level. Be safe out there. This is terrifying.
He say that I'm good enough, got him out think about shit that I shouldn't know. So I tell him it's one of me, he making fun of.
We do not care.
Even if it's online, women need to feel validated all the time. The key elements of what I like to call Dating 2.0, published a few years ago, are Tinder and, to a lesser extent, Hot or Not. Neither men nor women needed to set up online dating profiles with this new kind of dating. They both just swipe left for people they don't like and right for people they do. Since the majority of them close their eyes and swipe to the right to maximize the number of women they may pick from, guys are once again succeeding in showering women with attention. Most guys will also swipe to the right when they see an ugly or unattractive woman, especially if she rates a 3, 4, or below on the attractiveness scale. After reading a recent article suggesting that most men swipe right on every single woman they see, I decided to put this hypothesis to the test by doing the same on Tinder to see what results I would get. And as it turned out, a number of the fattest, strangest ladies I had ever seen answered. I swiped right on women I thought were stunningly gorgeous with my prior strategy, and even though I swiped at least 50 women, I never got more than 3 or 4 matches. The conclusion is, guys typically have this match rate, but if they swipe right on every lady they see, they will have more options. Contrarily, women experience this. To put it simply, they upload their profiles, kick back, and let each swipe to personally stroke their egos. It's crucial to realize that in online dating, women don't actually respond to your complete profile. They'll respond if you tick all the boxes they have for the sort of guys they're seeking. For example, they'll swipe right if you're a certain height, or if you're dressed like you know how to, or if you show that you're well-read and well-traveled.
Minuteman? Because if you could satisfy your woman, then maybe she'd want to get in bed with you more.
Hey, I might be you gonna try and call me a minute, man. How about you take longer on a minute than on a treadmill?
Why has it become acceptable for women to act like complete perverts in public, and yet still claim they are victims of sexual objectification? Women will only respond if you check off all the necessary items. I also have to presume that women in their mid to late 30s who are overweight, lack style, or just don't have interesting personalities would swipe right on every male. In terms of female intimacy, they are at the bottom of the market. They move to other dating sites that are only accessible to individuals who have entirely shut themselves off from society as a result of technology if they are still having problems meeting someone. Women typically have brief bios on their dating profiles, and they frequently use the same material on both platforms. Descriptions that include typical things such as their love for pets and repulsion for men who only want one-night stands. If you provide that worth, women will shift their attitude on dating since they naturally desire guys to have value. Ironically, though, these women would be more than happy to have one-night encounters with an attractive male who satisfied all of their criteria. To have the chance for a passionate affair with someone they find alluring and hot, they would put aside all of their so-called convictions and lose their sense of morality. The idea is that guys get to have their self-esteem shattered by women who simply perceive them as one of the 500 men who swiped right on their profile because of this imbalance in online dating, where women get more attention than they ever can. Due of this, many guys start to despise and resent women, and some of them even go so far as to start dating them. I truly want to warn you guys about it. I repeat, hating on women won't solve your situation. I completely respect your decision if you decide to follow your own path and take the red pill, because I know you do not hate women. Rather, you just want to focus on yourself and live the best life you can without considering other people. But if you choose to follow your own path and take the red pill, that is a totally different story. But if you choose to become an incel, then you really need to reconsider, because that's just another form of degeneracy. You're acting exactly like a woke extreme feminist who hates on guys all day long and then wonders why there's no happiness and intimacy in your life. The main way to prevent going to that extreme is to really engage with women, meet more of them, date them, and learn about their perspectives while still leading a better lifestyle. You can't simply start demeaning a whole gender because you weren't able to spend time with them, or didn't really have the chance to. I am aware of the terrible damage done by women's left swipes and ignored messages to a man's self-esteem. And now, I'll tell you about a study I came across that said, if things don't change soon, a whole generation, and perhaps generations to come, will have men who will never experience intimacy with a woman and will end up with extreme views such as those found in incels. What happens next will only be decided by the men and women who are the real players in the dating game. If more men can understand this in a broader context and pursue more women without disparaging them, and if women recognize where men are coming from and give them a chance, we could have a feeling of normalcy in how dating will progress in the future. Otherwise, there will be anarchy. Gentlemen, the truth is that if a woman robs you of half in a divorce, plus potential child support and/or alimony, You don't just lose monetarily. You can never get the lost time back. Are you willing to risk losing 20 years of your youth to a woman who is statistically likely to leave? You aren't just robbed of money and emotional energy. Divorce robs you of all the time you spend building marriage and family. Youth gone, legacy gone. It is very risky to marry these days. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Support us and help us spread support for men around the world. Do comment and share your thoughts. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.